This is Oklahoma, a colorful land, a land of contrasts, 70,000 square miles of America's heartland, alive with the warmth and spirit of the great Southwest. Here, green mountains rise, the wooded hills of the eastern counties. Westward lie the Great Plains, the canyon country. Rich wheatlands to the north stand golden with ripening grain. Hills and rolling prairies stretch mile after mile to Red River on the south. Here is a land where plains meet mountains. Here, man-made lakes create a new vacation land. Rich in variety, rich in potential, Oklahoma is truly Heartland USA. Yes, opportunity still lives and grows in Oklahoma. No state, no region offers more. These people, these men and women, young and old, rich and poor, they too are part of Oklahoma, her human resource, most valuable of all she has to offer. For they are the ones who are building the state, carrying Oklahoma ever onward to new greatness.
We're Oklahomans, and we're proud of it. We live, work, and play in this great state of ours, all kinds of folk. Some of us live in cabins set high in the wooded hills of the Ozarks, the Arbuckles, the Kiamish. Our farms stretch across the endless prairies of the western counties, the Panhandle. We herd cattle in the sagebrush, the hill country. We help vacationists have good times on some of the biggest lakes in the Southwest. Some of us like big towns, and we've got them. Oklahoma City, our state capital, all hustle and bustle. Tulsa, one of the richest cities in the country and oil capital of the world. But we like little towns too. Whistle stops, quiet villages. And then we've got towns of all sizes in between. Little cities, big villages, up and coming, slow and lazy. But they're lovely towns, neighborly you might say, and we like them. Oil towns, factory towns, farm towns, mining towns, we've got them all. Cars, we drive every make, every model, a total of more than 500,000 automobiles on Oklahoma roads. We live in old houses, new houses, modernistic houses. We've got mansions and shanties. But like folks anyplace else, most of us strike a sort of comfortable middling average. Churches, the biggest part of us are members. We have our faults, but we try to live right. We like our fun, and costume balls help keep us entertained. But we swing our partners at square dances too. Our youngsters start playing football in grade school. Some of them go on to make college and university teams, even All-American. And all the rest of us hoop and holler and cheer our heads off.
Nature gave this Oklahoma land a rich endowment. Resources that help to make the state a wonder world of opportunity, only now beginning to come into its own. There's wealth in the forests that cloak her hills. Her fertile farms each year bring forth a heavier harvest. Her mines give up new treasure. Power dwells in her lakes, flows in her rushing waters. Electricity for home and industry and commerce.
I'll tell the world we have resources. This is just one of the many dams we have in Oklahoma. There's plenty of others. Grand, 10-Killer, Texoma, Fort Gibson, and more to come. They give us power. More power than the folks who first settled here even dreamed of. And at the same time, they cut down erosion and stop floods and help us save our soil. But flood control and power aren't even half the story. Oklahoma's a big state. 70,000 square miles of some of the finest land in the country. Most of it's tops for farming. Wheat, cotton, alfalfa, broom corn, all kinds of crops. Timber covers 6 million acres, scattered over the eastern third of the state. Pine, cottonwood, oak, cypress, more different kinds of trees than all of Europe put together. 140 million board feet of lumber every year, and having our source of supply right here at home helps to cut building costs in Oklahoma. Below ground, our resources are even greater. There's oil, some of the biggest petroleum and natural gas fields in the world. Producing wells operate in 59 counties, with more coming in all the time. When it comes to refineries and pipelines, well, they're just about as common as cotton patches. We've got coal. Our miners take better than 3 million tons a year out of strip and shaft mines in the eastern part of the state. Fuel for furnaces and foundries. Experts say our reserves run over 55 billion tons. Our clays find all sorts of uses: pottery, tile, brick. But that's just the beginning of our mineral resources. There's dolomite too. Lead, zinc, building stone, chat, gravels, special sands, including grass sand. We've got the finest glass sand in the world near Mill Creek. It all adds up to a state with a mighty big potential. Take my word for it, Oklahoma's on its way.
Recreational facilities are being developed rapidly by Oklahoma, a vast outdoor vacation land to lure resident and tourist alike. Here in state parks or at any one of 100 local or special events, good friends may gather to enjoy leisurely vacation days. Or they may enjoy a pleasant weekend or a carefree afternoon of fun and relaxation.
We seem to have a knack for getting together here in Oklahoma. We like to enjoy ourselves, and we all love a good old-fashioned county fair. In the spring, we go fishing, and Oklahoma's the place for it. Bass, bluegills, catfish, crappie, we've got 'em all. It's a sport for everybody, and we all turn out. We catch 'em in the rivers, we catch 'em in the creeks, and we catch 'em in the great man-made lakes that are turning Oklahoma into the vacation land of the entire Southwest. It doesn't matter whether you favor a trot line or a fly rod or just a plain old cane pole and an angleworm. You land your share of beauties here. There's hunting in the fall, and in Oklahoma that means quail and duck. Farmers and sportsman clubs and Game and Fish Commission are working together to keep the bird population high. Our dogs are the best. Field trials? Yes, sir, they're another big feature of outdoor life in Oklahoma. But you don't have to hunt or fish to have fun here. There's swimming, too. A long season. Cool, clear waters. supervised beaches, rushing streams, the old swimming hole. Every corner of the state has lakes and pools for you to enjoy. And when it comes to boating, what's better than skimming along under a full sail or sweeping down a lake in a power cruiser? Unless maybe it's paddle power you go for. If you like excitement, try a thrill-a-second surfboard ride. We even climb mountains these days, and some of our slopes are plenty steep. Oklahoma came of age on horseback, and lots of us still like riding. Camping out is fun, or you can stay at a $1 million lodge. It doesn't matter what kind of vacation you like best, you're sure to enjoy yourself in Oklahoma. Here's a state whose parks have everything. Quiet glades and rippling waters. Crags jutting up into the bright, clear blue of the Oklahoma sky. Shady nooks, cool pools, sun-swept lakes. You'll find a spot that fits your fancy, where you can laze the summer days away.
Agriculture has long been the solid foundation stone of Oklahoma's economy. The state ranks high in production of a dozen widely varied crops, while an extensive soil conservation program assures a bright farm future. Farming is a good way to make a living and to live, especially in Oklahoma. Sure, we have to fight the weather like farmers everywhere. We've seen wind and drought snatch our land out from under us. We know what it means to lose a crop to rain. But we still manage to make our share of crops. Hay, alfalfa, peanuts, Sudan grass, sorghums. We raise them all. We make them pay. Cotton, there's more than 1 million acres of it here. We chop, we pick, we work till we think our backs are gonna break. But we ship out 500,000 bales a year. Then there's broom corn, more of it here than in any other state. And we grow plenty of just plain field corn, too. Watermelons? You can't ask better than Rush Springs melons. But wheat's the crop that heads the list in Oklahoma. 7 million acres of wheat. Nearly 100 million bushels a year, the 4th biggest production of any state in the Union. And where wheat's concerned, we know how it's done. At harvest time, our combines get out early and keep on rolling even after the sun goes down. They go all day and all night, biding time till the grain's out of the fields and up into the elevators. And when the job's done, we follow right behind the combines with our plows, and getting the ground ready for the next season, ready for more wheat, more grain to fill the elevators and feed the country. Livestock? Well, Oklahoma's poultry state these days, well, with turkey farms and chicken farms and batteries turning out broilers and truckload lots, we're raising hogs, too. More of them. Our 4-H and FFA youngsters set new swine records every year. Horses? Yes, we got some of the best. For Oklahoma's a western state. We still ride for fun, and it work out here. Fine dairy herds are scattered all over the state. The sheep get more attention all the time. But Oklahoma started out as range country, and we're still proudest of our beef cattle. North, south, east, west, wherever you go, you'll find top herds. We've got Herefords and Angus, and Shorthorns and Brahmas, registered stock, and just plain cows. Oklahoma grows any kind you want to name. 2.5 million head all told. The future? Well, farm youngsters are part of it. More and more, they're staying with us. They join the 4-H or FFA, groom their livestock for the big shows, pick up new ideas in vocational agriculture classes at the state colleges. Learn like we have that farming in Oklahoma is a good way to make a living and to live. Industry, too, is on the march in Oklahoma. Attracted by the state's great natural resources, its wealth of opportunities, new firms are moving into Oklahoma in ever-increasing numbers.
Where industry is concerned, Oklahoma has everything. Location, power, and labor supply, climate, transportation, raw materials, they're all ideal. New plants are going up in every section of the state. $50 million worth of construction a year. We're bearing down hard on the things we can do best, milling the grain from our wheatlands. Canning too, meat packing, food processing, using our state's own fine farm products, taking advantage of our location close to the soil. We grow more broom corn than any other state, and we make more brooms. Yes, sir, we're sweeping the nation. Oklahoma lumber is going into Oklahoma houses. We're building thousands every year. Boxes and crates, we make millions of them. Packaging for all kinds of products. You find our fine furniture in homes and business places everywhere. The biggest cotton mill west of the Mississippi River is located at Sand Springs, turning out huge quantities of sheeting each month. Today, lingerie is an Oklahoma product. Garment factories make work and play clothes and specialty items. Our quality pottery is featured in top stores everywhere. The fine glass sand found in the state has made Oklahoma a center for all sorts of glassware. The Tulsa area supplies steel to manufacturers throughout the state. Giant hydraulic presses stamp out all sorts of metalwork. war-brought aircraft factories with assembly lines geared to the latest techniques of this mechanical age. With peace came speedy conversion to trailers and other products. Modern industry calls for skilled workers, technical know-how, precision equipment, and Oklahoma has them all. Our shops and foundries build specialized machinery, delicate work, the kind that meets the highest standards, the stiffest tests. Our rubber industry turns out automobile tubes and tires. And both rubber and chemical plants use carbon black, an Oklahoma petroleum byproduct. Paint and varnish production is rising. It's the same in every field. We're developing, spreading out. Industry is on its way in Oklahoma.
Today, close contact with both markets and sources of supply is essential to progress. Oklahoma ranks high in this respect, for a speedy, efficient transportation system reaches out to every corner of the state.
Transportation? You bet we have transportation. The covered wagons are past history here in Oklahoma. Things are geared faster now. Folks want things delivered in a hurry. So we herd better than 50,000 trucks around this state. There isn't a crossroad we don't hit. Haul 15 million tons of cargo a year. The new Turner Turnpike from Oklahoma City to Tulsa is just one part of Oklahoma's road improvement program. We're on the trains, pushing them through for all 9 of the lines that crisscross Oklahoma. Whatever you need, East Coast or West Coast, Great Lakes or Gulf, we'll bring it to you and then haul your product back. Buses? Yes, we drive them. Carry more passengers from here to there than you can count. The planes we pilot link up Oklahoma with every corner of the country. Fast? Why, we fly you there and there's time to spare. And remember, the airlines are just one part of the setup. What with trucks and trains and buses and planes, we give Oklahoma a transport system that'll stack up against anything you find anywhere.
Oklahoma's government centers in the state capital at Oklahoma City. Here, the governor, the legislature, and a host of subordinate units have their headquarters, operating under the rules laid down in the state's constitution, through which the people govern themselves.
Yes, we govern ourselves, sometimes well, sometimes not so well. But even at worst, it's our government, the system we as citizens have set up to regulate our way of life. We debate and we legislate. We make laws and we break them. But good or bad, make or break, we do it democratically in the American way. There's more to government than just laws and elections. Governments grant us permits to marry, and it lays down the rules by which we are buried. It organizes us to fight forest fires and to defend our country against foreign foes. Here in Oklahoma, operating our educational system is one of government's most important jobs, because education is one thing Oklahomans have always believed in. Grade schools, high schools, public schools, private schools, the State University at Norman, and Oklahoma A&M at Stillwater. We, the people of Oklahoma, created them all. Through these, our schools, we mold the future, set the course Oklahoma will travel through the years to come.
Excitement and drama mark Oklahoma's history, the rich heritage of a colorful past. In one brief half-century, the state has progressed from pioneer days to modern machine civilization.
The heritage of Oklahoma, the growth of a great state. Skyscrapers are a part of today's Oklahoma. Some of us have established museums and art centers and symphonies, and the rest of us enjoy them. We travel by air, fly farther in an hour than our grandfathers could ride in a month. Great libraries? Yes, we have them. Giant industries have come too. All the material and cultural advantages the 20th century has to offer. Yet, some of us can still remember territorial days, the Indians. We watched the northbound herds of Texas longhorns mill past on their way to Kansas. Our wagons lined up for the run of '89. We lived in log cabins and sod shanties with the blue stem prairie for a dooryard. Bill Murray rode herd on our Constitutional Convention, helped us set up the basic law we live under today. Our first Capitol at Guthrie still stands. But the buffalo are all in parks now. The plows have broken up the prairies. We've watched the cities grow. We've seen the cattle trails and rutted wagon roads change to modern highways. But the important things, they haven't changed. Old timers or youngsters, the people are still the same. The friendliness, the spirit, they're still here. I never met a man I didn't like, Will Rogers used to say. Those are the things that count. This is the heritage of Oklahoma.
This, then, is Oklahoma, a great state, a growing state, a rich state, rich in resources, fertile farmlands, prosperous industries, the finest recreational facilities in the Middle West, and rich in people, all kinds of people, the ever-vital human resource. These are the things that make a mighty state: people, resources, spirit, the variety and contrast to support a strong, diversified economy. We have those elements here, in the hills, on the prairies, north and south, east and west, all joining together to build an ever greater Oklahoma. Heartland USA.